America does not have a gun problem. America has a godlessness problem. This is a phrase you hear a lot of Christians and conservatives say after something like this, but it's 100% true. And in this video, we're going to flush out that argument because the truth is, as much as you want to deny it, without God, man is savage, man is carnal, man is totally and wholly destructive. And that is exactly what has happened in our country. Over the past few decades, the left, and honestly, some aspects of the right, have done everything in their power to kill the historic Christian faith of America. And to quote Patrick Buchanan, when the faith dies, the people die. And I know what the atheists are going to say. So you think people need to worship a sky god in order to be good people? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. See, this is why you are a liberal and I am a conservative. You have a utopian view of human nature. You think that man is born naturally good and morally righteous, and if he is just liberated from the oppressive whims of religion and history and nature, the whole world is going to look like John Lennon's Imagine or something. Whereas I, as a Christian and conservative, recognize man for what he truly is, not what we ideally wish he ought to be. And the truth is that man is fallen, man is carnal. None of us are really good people because there is no such thing. And it is only through faith in God, and from my perspective, obviously, faith in Jesus Christ, that man can even hope to be something beyond that. Yet liberalism, dating back to the Enlightenment, has rejected this concept. We decided that we instead could put our faith in ourselves, in man, instead of God, and we would be liberated because of it. We would be better off because of it. Well, how's that working out for us? Just look around you. I mean, let's assess the fruits of decades and centuries of what is most fundamentally at its core, liberalism. And what we have today is a society of young men who are without God, and downstream of that, they are without drive and direction and purpose and belonging. The natural masculine urge that men have to be strong and to build and to do something has been neutered. It's been discouraged. It's been called toxic. You know, we stick boys in a school system that is not suited for them, that shames and medicates and quite literally, like physically castrates their masculinity. And then we wonder why men have so many problems. You know, none of this is to make excuses, obviously, for people who commit acts of evil. People who do evil things should face the full hand of justice, of course. You know, it's not an excuse. It's not a rationalization. I'm not trying to sympathize with anyone except victims here, although I fully expect people will have that reaction here where they're going to accuse me of that. It doesn't matter. Because all I'm saying is that if we really want to stop stuff like this from happening, on top of the other problems we have, like suicide and depression and substance abuse and addiction to the internet and all of it, we have to look at the factors that cause it. And that's not guns or gun laws. And we definitely do need to make our schools safer and not let shooters just walk in the door and the cops not do anything. I mean, that seems like common sense, right? But foundationally, we need to have a serious discussion about why there are so many mentally ill men in our society. And this is the discussion that mainstream society is unwilling to have. Well, let's have that discussion. We have so many mentally ill men because we have a godless society that decided it no longer needed masculinity. So it instead cast men aside and left them without a purpose. And it doesn't help that to replace that sense of purpose, we feed them screens and technology and the internet and all this other toxic stuff that makes their mental health worse. Because without a sense of purpose, the internet and social media and all this stuff becomes their purpose. It becomes their source of dopamine, and they'll go down any insane rabbit hole that they can that will give them that sense of purpose when society does not fill that void. And of course, it's a false sense of purpose, right? It's going to lead them into a very bad place. This is part of why we always encourage young men on here, like, you have to live a real life. You cannot be on the internet all the time. It will literally destroy your brain. I'm not even saying it'll necessarily make you a school shooter, but it will not do good things to you. Have real life friends, go outside, be a real human being, right? Live the way God basically created you to live, because honestly, the internet and all of the rabbit holes that it has to offer are going to lead you down a very bad place. But what's the alternative that society offers these young men to that? Nothing. We don't care. And honestly, it's not about how much money we put into mental health resources or gun control or anything. The fundamental problem is that American society foundationally rejects God. And this is what you see as a result. And it's not going to change until people accept God back into their hearts again. I mean, what you see now, the breakdown of morals, you see the breakdown in trust, you see the breakdown in community, you see the breakdown of society. Nobody can really put a finger on it exactly, but it's absolutely there. I mean, everyone thinks society is falling apart, so let me just ask this question: do you feel liberated because of it? Does the fact that you can't walk down a downtown street in an urban city or send your kid to school without fear of them being shot make you feel empowered? Does it make you feel like you're living in the brave new 21st century without God and morals and community? Because if not, maybe it is time to take those kooky religious conservatives more seriously. Just a thought, so true. Anyways, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in New York tomorrow. God bless. Please pray for Texas and the people involved and all of us. Have a safe day. Yeah. Bye, guys.